Hi there, and welcome to Celeb Hut. This Jay Z and Beyonce circumstance is getting more insane continuously, and you all better come on in the room and get your new brother since 50 Cent is out again, offering his opinion about the circumstance. And it seems as though we've had what was going on in reverse now. You all ability individuals have been coming for Jay Z and charging him of being a controller who has been supposedly compelling Beyonce into doing some quite terrible stuff, right? Well, by why sin is emerging to uncover Exa. See Teely the way in which wrong. We were pretty much this expression that not exclusively is Beyonce as terrible as Jay Z. However, he's far more detestable, and he gave a few stunning instances of her supposed exercises, yet he didn't stop there, since he wisi uncovered how Beyoncé is attempting to make Jay Z accept any penalty for their muddled activities by separating from him, setting him up for disappointment, and afterward blaming everything on him. Kustuni in there's a ton. We really want to unload here since 50 Cent is spilling some insane tea. Is this why Jay Z has been frantically claiming his adoration for Beyonce these recent weeks? Okay, so you all brain need to plunk down for this on the grounds that the show is here. There's a great deal of crazy things going in on Hollywood at the present time. However, explicitly between Jay Z and Beyonce, on the off chance that you all have some way or another been unaware of everything going on with the dramatization that has been happening between and Hollywood's greatest power couple. There have been a few reports from insiders that Beyoncé is firmly considering separating from Jay Z, simply getting it all together. No doubt the show has been happening for a moment at this point, and for some time individuals sort of expect that the explanation Beyoncé was leaving Jay Z was that she was burnt out on him utilizing and controlling her. Well, see, there have been reports for quite a while about how Jay Z isn't precisely a stand-up fellow, and he's engaged with a ton of sketchy and obscure exercises in the background. Currently, I won't delve into every one of the profound insights regarding the things Jay Z's been blamed for, in light of the fact that I'm certain you all saw the recordings that I've made previously. In the event that not go look at them, there's a great deal of charges and reports. However, for quite a while, individuals have sort of expected that Beyoncé is another of his casualties, particularly on the grounds that she has a Clea as a whistle picture according to the general population, and in light of the fact that she was so youthful when they got together. Beyoncé spilled the tea a meeting saying I was 18 when we initially met, 19 when we began dating. There was no rush. Nobody anticipated that I should run off and get hitched. Then they formally began dating when Beyoncé was 19, and Jay Z was an entire 31. It's a significant age. Hold that half fans humming also. A few even thrown around certain theories, yet it's surprising. Lie more terrible than that, you all, on the grounds that in 2007, Charlie Rose did a meeting with Jay Z, and he said he had met B a long time back, or in 1997, in the event that they met in 1997, and Beyoncé was just 16 when they met. As a matter of fact, relying upon when they met, she could have been 15. As far as we might be aware, the prospect of Jay Z, who was in his late 20s or 27 or 28 at the time, seeking after a 16-year-old Beyoncé, was extremely obscure, without a doubt, and because of this, individuals frequently see Beyoncé as a casualty, and she is in many cases avoided with regards to a story at whatever point Jay Z is getting hauled for his not-so-pleasant exercises in any event. When the couple is getting hauled for supposedly debasing the vocations of individuals in the Business Individuals Center, more around Jay Z's part, and the way that he is utilizing his powers to impact and to renounce different craftsmen, yet Beyoncé is avoided with regard to the discussion since she's the media's D. 50C is attempting to clear this story, supposedly on the grounds that he is beginning to share his insider information to the world, and very much we should simply say that he doesn't precisely have a ton of pleasant comments about Beyoncé now. When the news was broken by blogger Storm Monroe several months prior, everyone was on Beyoncé's side discussing how extraordinary it was that she was leaving him for good. What I've caught wind of them as a team is that they've been carrying on with D.I. discreet lives for quite a while. So they together, yet they living independent, and part of the justification for why they previously carrying on with isolated lives. And we may, as a matter of fact, see perhaps of the greatest separation in Hollywood is on the grounds that Jay Z is up close to be uncovered. And it's just such a great deal, these accounts, that Jay Z, you realize, he pay off or he can hinder. He will not have the option to stop this. And she knows it. And he knows it too. To the XD. Ain't that who's going to be the breakout casualty cut story? I don't know. You all might need to ask Jason Lee. I don't have the foggiest idea. However, I'm simply telling you that once that emerges, and Jay Z is uncovered for his loathsome past, you will see Beyoncé in the conflict. So, okay. And she could conceivably do a meeting, yet you may be going to, their public will deliver something. She's going to say, God, the Carters have been isolated for quite a while. They constructed this wonderful life. The prospect of Beyoncé leaving Jay was a hit among fans, particularly on the grounds that Tempest said that Jay Z was going to get uncovered. And I'm not discussing some trivial openness like him destroying vocations or boycotting individuals. No, I'm looking at something significant like some Diddy-level openness for some crazy stuff that he might have done in the past. The fascinating thing here is that Tempest was not the first to let us know that Jay Z would have been uncovered for a few terrible things he could have did in light of the fact that after Cassie's hazardous claim that uncovered Jay Z's closest companion, Diddy, of a few really horrendous things, Panther Wright emerged to let us know that Jay Z was the following in line to be uncovered. Puma likewise guaranteed that the explanation Jay Z was not getting uncovered was that he was more intelligent and more cautious than Diddy was. Sean Carter is a more awful, gracious man. He's more intelligent, he's patient, he's not messy. Been arranging individuals he calls companions and venturing to the side while they get hit by the guillotine for 30 years, yet, like they express, similar people are attracted to one another, and I suppose that is the story here, because the roads are saying that Jay Z was truly, however terrible, as Diddy seemed to be. And taking into account the things that Diddy has been blamed for, we should simply say that individuals were happy. We figured out that Beyoncé may be thinking about separate yet aside. From this entire thing about the age hole among Beyoncé and Jay, there's likewise the way that he has undermined her on different occasions previously and presently. I'm not simply discussing Lemonade and Becky with the great hair. I'm alluding to the way that he's been undermining her since they began dating as per reports. Jay Z began undermining Beyoncé a couple of months after they began their relationship. Furthermore, one of their most memorable ladies that he with was rapper Charlie Baltimore. Now, on the off chance that you've been staying aware of the show, you presumably heard the bits of gossip about Charlie and Jay Z taking part in an extramarital entanglements despite Beyoncé's good faith. Yet for those of you all who don't follow the dramatization, Charlie used to be involved with Famous Large, also known as Big E Smalls. Once upon a time, and reports happened that someplace along the line, Charlie became ill and worn out on being the other lady, while Jay marched his relationship way, the Beyoncé. So Charlie finished the undertaking with Jay Z. However, Jay Z didn't take it well by any means. Purportedly, he got so desirous that Charlie moved, and with another man, and clearly he was desirous to the point that he gambled going to prison. You all recall when Jay Z was captured for wounding a man in a club. Well, Jay Z supposedly cut the maker, and he guaranteed that the maker had been unlawfully conveying contraband duplicates of his then unreleased collection volume. 3 Life and Seasons of Ocean Carter. They ran into one another at a club, and Jay Z pulled an 8-inch blade and cut this other man, yet inside sources, particularly 50 Cent, are currently calling BS on this story, guaranteeing that the genuine justification for the wounding was that Jay figured out that Charlie had begun dating the maker, and he got envious now, lashing out at your previous side pasts for continuing on. When you're in a real sense dating the Beyoncé is really crazy, and 50 Cent wasn't covering since rap. Or Cameron supported it up and affirmed that wounding was over Charlie. It wasn't over no cash, it wasn't over equitable, it was over a chick. What we don't do is we don't with our home slices. EX bow, you feel me? You know what that's identity is presently correct, said Bo. Charlie is still discussing it, but he is currently emerging to talk about the ongoing circumstances of the separation, and we should simply say he's not precisely a group. Beyoncé. In light of the fact that he accepts that Beyoncé is the bad guy that everyone likes to assume, Jay Z is currently. For those of you who don't realize, 50C has had a problem with Jay Z and Beyonce for quite a while. Really, the meet began between Jay Z and 50 Pennies, and afterward, Beyonce got snagged into it since she was guarding her man. Presently, we must give you all the origin story about this entire show because it's sort of interesting. What's more, negligible, which isn't shocking in light of the fact that we realize that 50 Cent is the ruler of being unimportant with regards to these Hollywood cases, on the grounds that you all realize that 50 will savage anyone whenever anyone can get it. Assuming that he feels like they should, the animosity between Jay Z and 50 Cent began when a 50 Cent plate emerged to Jay Z in his 1999 melody, How to Ransack Individuals have consistently said that he did it for a clout. I mean, Jay Z was at that point a pop craftsman in those days, and 50 Cent was imply attempting to turn out. As a matter of fact, it was 50 Cent's most memorable and significant tune, and it caused a ton of disturbances, to be fair. Jay Z was not by any means the only craftsman he dissed on that track since 50V, likewise dissed and savaged numerous other top specialists, including Little Kim Charming, earthy-colored Diddy. Missy Elliott, Will Smith, and more top specialists of the time were plainly attempting to certainly stand out, and in the tune of 50 Cent Jay Z expressing out loud whatever just sold like 4 milli, he got something to live for. You don't need a man putting, subscribe Celeb Hut for more videos.